Catherine Henry, constitutional attorney for Restore Freedom. Catherine.
Good morning.
Catherine. Good morning.
I'm constitutional attorney Catherine Henry and resident of Ormond Beach. Government has been trampling on our freedoms for years. I think she was just speaking to that. But it became more blatant and outrageous since COVID started. That's why it's imperative that this legislative session sees real change being done to protect our medical freedom, constitutional carry, right to life, while ensuring true governmental accountability. The plain text of the Constitution and the documents I submitted to you all demonstrate how fundamental these rights are and specifics on how you can best protect them this session. So, in considering these requests, I ask you now just to remember your oath of office and what it is not. It's not just a job requirement. It is your and all of our first and foremost duty. It's not about doing what is easy, but about doing what is right. It's not pointing to another branch of government or another public official. It is actively defending the Constitution and the rights it protects. It's not relying on an attorney to advise you, but reading and following the Constitution yourself. It's not allegiance to party leadership or campaign donors. It's not about what is politically popular. And following the Constitution is absolutely not political in nature. It's not about what varying judges and justices have interpreted throughout the years, but upholding the actual words of the Constitution itself. It's not continuing to do something just because we've always done it this way. It's not playing safe because you're afraid to make political waves, but having the courage to stand up and defend the freedoms countless men and women have died protecting. It's not glancing at the Constitution once a year, but reading it yourself regularly, as you can't abide by your oath to defend the Constitution if you just don't know what it says. It's not giving up when it's confusing or complicated, but continuing to use critical thinking skills and remembering that above all else, the government's main purpose is to protect our God-given liberties. It's not saying I'm just following orders, but doing everything in your power to stop anyone violating the Constitution. It's not a burden, but a great honor. It's not suggestive, but a mandatory and integral part of working in government. It's not new, as we've all taken this oath simply by registering to vote here in Florida. So, what about a Constitution defending bill that you're certain just won't have enough support to go through this session? Do you compromise to secure a bill that at least has less liberty infringements? Your constitutional oath does not allow you to compromise any of our protected liberties. So I thank you for considering these simple yet urgent requests about medical freedom, constitutional carry, right to life, and government accountability. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that presentation. I want to make a comment because it's something I observed. Over the last couple of days, we've had a lot of people in the public sphere become very frustrated with the process in Washington, D.C. with electing the next speaker, who after 15 votes was elected. But I spoke to people about this process, and I said it's very important that we have vigorous debate in our society, because we do not have, ladies and gentlemen, we do not have government by the majority. We only have government by the majority who participates. See, ours is a republic that we pledge allegiance to. It's not a democracy, despite what the media wants to tell you. We are a republic, and that's what we pledge allegiance to. And for me, a naturalized American who's sitting here right now with this gavel, that didn't happen by accident. I believe that I believe in divine appointment. I believe that when you have a divine inspiration to do something that's just and meaningful, to serve and not to be served, then this is the type of government that you get. I believe Volusia County is in great hands with with my colleagues on the dais that are here with us this morning. And I guarantee you that our children in our school system, under the leadership of Governor DeSantis, who has insisted that we get back to teaching civics, will redound towards the strong health of our state when our children and our children's children understand where our rights come from and what our rights entail. And so, strong and rigorous debate is important, ladies and gentlemen. I think that our republic is stronger when we have debate. Do not let the media frustrate you. We've got some good people from the media here, my friends I see in the audience today. I believe strongly in the First Amendment, but it's not a one-way street. It is a two-way street. But we must have participation by we the people. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot abrogate our responsibility. We cannot acquiesce to just certain groups. We must be involved. The first three words in our Constitution is still, we the people. Anyway, thank you so much for being here today.
Yes, and thank you for your responsive remarks. I appreciate those very much.
Next on our agenda this morning